All right, example 1, we're going to look at it a little bit differently if you don't have a graphing calculator to use. So Mark is planning on buying a new home. The total amount he needs to borrow is $150,000. The bank offered Mark a 25-year loan with an APR of 5.15%. What is Mark's monthly payment on the loan, rounded to the nearest cent? So we are asked to find the monthly payment. So we're going to do that. We are going to, first step is identify the values needed. So we need to know the principal, we need to know the rate, and we need to know the time. The principal is the amount borrowed, and we're borrowing $150,000. The rate is the percentage in the problem, so that is 5.15, but we're going to convert it, so that converts to 0.0515, and then the time in years is 25. So we're going to set this up in the formula, and then we're going to break it down. Okay, so P, we're going to set up on top. P is the principal, and we're going to have $150,000 times my rate divided by 12. So my rate is 0.0515 over 12. Then on the bottom, we're going to have 1 minus, and in parentheses, 1 plus our rate, 0.0515, divided by 12 to the negative 12 times t power, which is 25. And then we're going to break all of this down into our calculator. So on top, we're going to start with parentheses. We're going to work with 0.0515, and we're going to divide it by 12. We're going to get that answer, and we're going to multiply it times our principal. And we get $643.75 on top. Now on bottom, we need to work our way out. So we're going to start with the inside. All right, and then we're going to do this part right here. Okay, and then we're going to end up with doing 1 minus that. So let's start with 0.0515. We're going to add 1 to that. Oops, sorry, no, we're not. We're going to do 0.0515 and then divide it by 12. And then we're going to add 1. Then we're going to raise that, so we need to be in scientific mode. So if we're not there, hit this 3 bars up here and hit scientific. And then we are going to raise it, so that's x to the y power. And then in parentheses, negative 12 times 25. Oops. Sorry, let's do that. 0.0515 divided by 12 plus 1. And then we're going to do 12 times 25. All right, so then 12 times 25 is 300, and then we're going to make it negative. So let's go back to 0.0515 divided by 12 plus 1. And then we're going to x to the y power 300. We use the plus minus key to make it negative. And then we get that. Okay, so then we're going to store that. We're going to do 1 minus that, what we just had. And on the bottom, we get 0.7232. 0.7232. And then we'll do 78. All right, so we're going to take that number, we're going to divide. We're going to take 643.75 divided by 0.723278, and we get 890.045, which rounds up to 890.05. Now, let's break this down over here. I realize I went over a little bit fast. So let's start with negative 12 times 25. And we can't use the negative, so we're just going to do 12 times 25. But then we're going to use this plus minus key, and we're going to get negative. So then we have over here, negative 300, and then we're going to do 1 plus, we're going to do 0.0515 divided by 12, 0.04, 0.004, 0.04, 291, 0.667. All right, so then we're going to add that. We don't have to do exactly like that. So we're going to take 1 plus 0.0429167, and then we're going to raise that just like we did to the 300, but then make it negative, and we get not what I wanted.